I was quite nervous, but excited. But I didn't have much of experience of anything Christian. So when I walked in, I was a bit, it was all new to me. But I was apprehensive, and then I slowly had to warm up to the worship and the preaching and 1,500 people being crazy for Jesus.
I knew nothing about conference before going. So for me, I just heard about it through uni, and I was from Melbourne at the time, and that's where I was living, that's where I grew up, and anything like Ignite conference just did not exist in Melbourne at the time, at least. So they were taking a group, so I really knew nothing going into it. So I was excited, I was just a bit curious because I didn't know what to expect. I guess I was reconnecting with my faith. Like I had grown up sort of in the faith, like, and kind of knew that I wanted to pursue this faith thing, but like I just kind of stumbled upon campus ministry back home in Melbourne, and so I kind of just found a group of people that I really liked and connected with and found a sense of community. So going to conference was like, I'm back on the journey of faith, like I'm trying to claim my faith and not just like give up and attend mass a few times and then like give up again. I was like, no, I want to make a commitment. So going to Ignite was like, okay, I found a group of people on campus that care about God and they find purpose and meaning in it. So I was like, I want to find that too. So I was just trying to take on anything. You know when you just like sign up to things? So this was my decision to be like, okay, I want this for my life, but I'm not quite yet like fully committed. And I think going to Ignite was me trying to make a commitment to say, actually, this is something that I want to pursue and I want to know how to do this faith thing and have God be in like the center of my life without really knowing how to do it on my own. So that's kind of like my journey, I guess, before coming to Ignite.
Yeah, I think mine was like very, very similar. Like I kind of grew up a bit Catholic, but not really. So it was like, yeah, I had met people at Ignite High. I had started going to that, and this was that moment where it was like, okay, like if I go to conference, this is me actually choosing it. This is me wanting to do it.
Honestly, at that point, I was like, what faith? You know, like I was like fresh in year 8. It was so like my parents had all been like Christian, but like I didn't know what the Catholic Church was. I knew nothing about it. I just came because someone told me that the year before they threw glitter into the crowd. So that was like, oh, that was so cool.
Yeah, it was a campus minister at my school. He was so persistent and like so steadfast in like wanting to get me there. And like the day that there was like a cutoff for the time that all the registers needed to be in for our school, and like he finally got me to say yes, I'll come. And then so he like called my mum up at her work and like try to get the email for the rego things, but the email didn't work, so it's like, I'll fax it to you. So I got to the fax and like faxed her, she's at work, and she's like, oh, what? And you know, and she got it back in that day so I could go. And like his persistence, like that was my last year of school, I wouldn't have gone, like, there was no other opportunity for me to go. So that persistence is really the reason I'm here today. So like, the people that bring people to conference are like saints, I reckon, because you know, they can literally change the course of someone's life just by being like, you should go to this thing. And I want to make it happen.
Just everyone from Ignite High kept asking me, and yeah, they literally just made it sound like so cool. And I was like, it was one of the first times people invited me to something, and it was evident that they actually wanted me there.
I think for me, it was just like, I get to make a decision on my own and gather the facts and yeah, just learn more about the Catholic faith in a way that's engaging. And I think that was attractive to me when I was searching and trying to like figure out what do I want my life to look like and how does faith fit into that? And maybe I don't have all the answers on my own, and this could be a really good way for me to expand and see the possibilities of what faith can be lived out that is engaging, that is fun. But I didn't know that. I was just searching for that, I guess.
I think, I know a lot of young people come, probably similar to you, Matt, in a similar position where it's like, I'm not sure how I feel about God. I'm not sure how I feel about faith. I've got questions, I've got issues, I've got, things that I'm wrestling with. But I want to feel comfortable in this space. I want to feel like there's a place where I can explore and ask questions and learn, but not feel pressured and not feel like, okay, everyone's doing this exact thing right now and everyone has to conform in this way. Because that's one way of doing things, but conference, it's not an experience where you walk in and you have to be a certain way, otherwise, you know, you feel really left out, or you feel like, you know, even if you walk away from conference still questioning and still not sure, you would have had a bucket load of fun, you would have met some awesome people, you would have had, you know, like a great time. Like, you know, I don't think that will happen, but if, you know what I mean, like there's no risk, there's no like, oh, what if I go and I've realized God's not for me. You know, is it going to be 4 days of people like angry at me, or like, you know, yelling at me, or things that are boring, or things that I don't understand, or, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not that. So yeah, I mean, because I just know that, you know, we've got people from all walks of life. We've got people coming that are just like, you know, been doing the Catholic thing for decades, you know, and there's people coming from schools that are literally, it's just like, I have no idea what faith is. And conference is a place where they're all welcome and they can all get something out of it. And, you know, we hope and pray that everyone has an experience of God. We hope and pray that everyone has an encounter. But it's not a mandatory, forced upon, boxed thing, you know.